In 2019, my life went from writing 30-minute long documentaries about people who can aim pretty well in video games to now watching people eat cat food on Twitch. Here on Don't At Me, we tried to cover it all, from the most serious stories to the craziest livestream fuck-ups. So today, let's take a look at some of the stuff that maybe didn't make the cut, and look back on a year filled with crazy livestream stories. As far as I'm concerned, there's maybe no bigger theme on Twitch this year than bannings. Whether it was people getting the book thrown at them or somehow managing to avoid bannings no matter what they did. Most notably maybe was, of course, Dr. Disrespect, who took his persona maybe one step too far at TwitchCon, straight into a bathroom. Doc was live streaming in his classic persona at TwitchCon and had his cameraman follow him right into a bathroom, which is, of course, very illegal. And then, of course, we've got the other side of the coin, Alinity, who somehow threw her cat, fed her cat alcohol, and then did whatever the hell this is, and managed to completely avoid being banned, which became the talk of the platform.
You're here because you got nothing. You got nothing in court, you don't got the bookkeeper, you got nothing.
When something as homegrown as Twitch is at its core gets this popular, there's bound to be some policing issues. I mean, it literally allows you to live stream your life. What do you think is gonna happen? Everyone's gonna be nice and respectful? So I think a lot of what happened on Twitch this year was people kind of feeling it out, seeing just how far you could go without getting the ban hammer thrown down on you. And as we've covered extensively on this show, much of the conversation around the platform has devolved into exactly what you have to do or not do to get banned. With that in mind, what's maybe even weirder is while people argue about bannings in the comments section for hours, it's actually come to inform a lot of what we've started to see on Twitch itself. Take someone like Mizkif, who grew massively this year as an IRL streamer. This is a guy who's truly taken the insanity of live streaming and made it his entire brand. In a lot of ways, he's become famous for being part of and documenting what's going on in live streaming on stream. This is a guy that made $5,000 staring at a wall.
Start the timer. I am now staring at a wall for 7 hours.
Met his girlfriend on Twitch and then ran back staring at a wall again, all in the same year.
This is fucking bullshit. You all give him money while he legitimately just stares at a fucking wall, and you can't help me buy a Tesla.
And then that somehow got one-upped by the guy who has become the undisputed king of doing random shit online in XQC when he slept for an entire night on stream and somehow gained viewership. In the world of live streaming, we really saw the brand of being extremely online weave all of these different parts of the internet together and become extremely popular in 2019. Many of Twitch's biggest stars now have weekly fixed streams where they just watch YouTube or react to things.
Stream, or the fact that he no longer has Twitch's backing. The dude is still killing it as one of the only streamers to really break through.
Fuck me, dude.
I need to learn how to play.
That's so good.
In fact, IRL streaming and hijacking each other's content got so popular this year that we saw a bunch of streamers actually decide to move in together to make better content. From the 100 Thieves content house to the house we know and love, Offline TV, to Mizkif and E-Rob, and then, yeah, also the worst streaming house of all time, filled with dog shit, noise complaints, and eviction notices.
Then I go in my room. There's a turd right there. There's a turd right there. There's a turd right there. There's turds everywhere.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking gross. But that's just kind of what we've come to expect in a year where we watch streamers eat cat food for $250.
Oh, you guys, why is this happening?
Just eat it, man. Eat it like a mod.
Come on, you can do it, boy, you can do it.
Watch that yeah, yeah, yeah song for 10 hours and lose their minds.
I bet ya.
Why'd you lose the majority of the community? Because we're fucking watching something for 10 hours?
XQC literally melting his phone trying to cook.
Something is eating it. The fuck? I turned it on by accident. My phone was on it. My phone melted.
Ninja doing the most cringe floss of all time in the middle of Times Square.
3,
2, 1.
Yeah.
Hold up. Come on, baby. We got no one. Come on, man. I want to see the crowd. Get it going. You got it? You've been working. I'm like hitting my wife for you. Man, I want to come up. Everyone wants to get it. Come on, baby. Show me what you got. Show me what. Just move. If you got no one, just move. It's all I want to see some movement. I'm not seeing enough movement.
And who could forget Nick Merckx literally proposing to his girlfriend in front of tens of thousands of people. But as we all now know in the world of live streaming, it's not just about Twitch anymore. Maybe the single biggest story of the year in live streaming started when Ninja announced he was leaving Twitch and going to Mixer full time.
As of today, I will be streaming exclusively on Mixer. I know, it's exciting.
But maybe the most dramatic and honestly hilarious part of all of that was what happened to Ninja's Twitch channel after he left. They removed his verified checkmark and then were advertising for other streamers on his channel. And some of those ads were not safe for work. For at least a brief period of time, there was porn on Ninja's dead Twitch channel, and you know he was pissed.
And they were still using my channel to promote other streamers. Well, now, there was a porn account that was #1 being recommended on my channel. And I have no say in any of this stuff.
If there's anything we learned in 2019, if you fuck up so bad that you make Ninja look like the good guy on Twitter, you know you've done something wrong. Now, with all the drama and funny moments aside, there was obviously some heartwarming moments that happened on Twitch this year too. It's funny because sometimes the world of live streaming can be so dramatic that sometimes we forget it can bounce back and really show what an awesome community it is. From this guy who was raising money on Twitch trying to help his dad beat cancer.
So someone is paying for us?
To some of the people we've literally featured on this show, like Fatty Melon, who donated hundreds of thousands of dollars just to help people out on Twitch. And how could you forget, maybe the most heartfelt moment of the entire year, when Dr. Lupo raised over $2 million in one day on Twitch for cancer.
Are y'all for real?
I mean, it's signed by John Twitch himself. So yes, of course. $1 million for St. Jude.
This is $1 million from Twitch.
In 2019, we learned exactly how much generosity and kindness exists in the same place where people would watch a guy stare at a wall for 5 hours. It's the internet. You truly get the good with the bad and the heartwarming with the absolutely insane. It was a good year online, and we'll see you next year on Don't At Me. I'm thinking I might just watch all 3 extended editions. Actually, all right, let me inform Don't At Me real quick. If you, according to my roommate did all this math. So if you start the Lord of the Rings trilogy extended edition at exactly 2:13 and 50 seconds p.m. Eastern time on New Year's Eve, the Riders of Rohan will storm Pelennor Fields at exactly midnight. So you can have the moment that everybody always needed right at midnight. So if you guys are like me and you're trying to wear gray sweatpants on New Year's Eve, then do that. Yeah.